The death threats, isn't the baby part of your people? You're not concerned about visitation of the child with him, if this is what you're alleging?
Your Honor, the parties have a partial agreement on a temporary order. Reset date would be June 21st, 2024. And these are all the agreed terms of the order. Standard possession with exchanges to take place at the police department near the custodial parent. Facetime visitation as mutually agreed between the parties. Child support, $208 per month starting May 1st. Medical support, $113 per month starting May 1st. The custodial parent to apply for or maintain a government health plan. Retroactive would be reserved for final hearing, and then the contested issues would be family violence, conservatorship, and whether or not there should be non-disclosure in favor of Miss Muldro. On the agreed terms, the state calls Miss Muldro. Ma'am, did you hear the terms that I announced to the court just now?
Yes.
And who is the father of this child?
Jalen Suttles.
Have you ever been married either to Mr. Suttles or to anybody else?
No.
Could anybody else be the father of this child?
No.
Do you agree with the terms, the agreed portion that I announced to the court just a moment ago?
Yes.
And, well, I'll pass the witness as to the agreed portion and call Mr. Suttles. Sir, did you hear the terms that I announced to the court just a moment ago?
Yes.
And do you agree or acknowledge that the child is yours?
Yes.
Are you in agreement with these terms, the agreed portion?
Yes.
Okay, I'll pass the witness as to the agreed portion.
I will accept everything other than the FaceTime, because depending on if I find family violence, I don't do any visitation or any as mutually agreed in family violence cases to keep down the confusion. So if I find family violence, we'll discuss specific dates and times regarding FaceTime. All right, go ahead, counsel.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. On the contested issue as to family violence, the state calls Miss Muldro. Ma'am, has there been any sort of family violence between you and Mr. Suttles previously?
No.
Have you ever called the police on him or gotten a protective or restraining order against him?
No.
Has he ever called the police on you or gotten a protective or restraining order against you, to your knowledge?
No.
Has there ever been any incident where he put his hands on you, physically pushed you, hit you, threw something at you, anything of that sort?
Yes.
Okay, when was the last month and year?
I'm gonna say February, after the baby was born. When I went out there to Indiana with him, he pushed me through the wall.
Okay, so that would have been February of 2023.
Yes.
Did he initiate the aggression or did you?
He did.
And you said he pushed you through a wall?
Yes.
And the police were not called?
I got a question. If that's not family violence, what do you call that, ma'am? If that's not, if you don't think that's family violence, what do you believe that is?
No, I do think that's family violence.
Well, that's what he asked you, if there's ever been any family violence, and you said
Oh,
no.
I thought he meant like recently, but yeah, I do think that's family violence.
And I have another question, and I'll ask the gentleman as well. Where is he presently? What state is he in?
I think Indiana.
And has he always lived in Indiana, or has he ever lived in Texas?
Both. I thought he was just in Texas. I didn't know he was back in Indiana.
When the child was born or conceived, was he in Texas or Indiana?
Texas.
Okay. And was this child I said born or conceived, but the child was born in Texas, I know, but conceived in Texas?
Yes.
Did y'all ever live together in Texas as a family unit after the baby was born?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Counselor.
So besides that incident in, you said February or so of 2023, were there any other incidents of family violence between you and Mr. Suttles?
Yes, while I was pregnant.
And when would be the date of that roughly?
Probably when I was 6 or 7 months. I don't really remember.
And when was the child born?
January
Of what year?
2023.
So 6 or 7 months, probably around September, October of 2022.
Yeah.
I'll move on. So what exactly happened on that incident?
Pushing. He's bitten me before. Just a lot of aggression.
You said bit, like with his
That's what
teeth?
she said. She said bit. And let me set my timer. How much time are you asking?
No more than 10 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
And there's also been death threats that I have proof of.
I was
Keep
about to
your
ask.
face in the screen, sir. Keep your face in the screen. Go ahead, Counselor.
So you said he's sent death threats, like text messages to you or to family members or what?
So he texted me and said he would have my people dead. That's why I don't want him to know where I stay at.
Okay. I'll pass the witness and call Mr. Suttles.
Oh, I got a question. The death threats, isn't the baby part of your people? You're not concerned about visitation of the child with him, if this is what you're alleging?
No. He's seen her when he came out. He came out here in December of 2023. I let her go with him in February. There was an incident where he gave her NyQuil.
Wait a minute, keep your face in the screen, sir. Go ahead. There was an incident where what?
That he gave her NyQuil that I have messages of. And after that, I just stopped letting her spend the night because I don't know if he was trying to put her to sleep or whatever.
You just agreed to overnight visits.
Yeah, but I don't know I don't know how the court stuff works. I don't know if he has to see her overnight or he just has to visit her. I don't know how it works.
That would have been questions you could have been, when you discussed your case with counsel, you could have been asking. So this is what I'm asking you now, and I'm gonna ask him some of the same questions. Do you or do you not have concerns about your daughter spending the night with father over the weekends?
Yes, I have concerns. If he's not.
And did you express that to the attorney when you discussed the case?
Yes, I told him if he's not stable, then I have concerns. And he
Well,
hasn't.
how would you know if he's stable or not? How would you personally know?
From what I've been knowing for the past couple of weeks, he hasn't been stable.
Okay, so wait, let's stop. So now in your opinion, you're saying he's not stable. So why did you agree to overnight visits, summer vacation, spring vacation, and rotating holidays if you have those concerns and you said you expressed it to the state's attorney? Why did you just agree to that?
No, I agree. When I talked to the attorney, I agree. I don't want her going out of state. I didn't know he was out of state until he just told me. I thought he was still out here.
Ma'am, when you came before me right now, this second, you're saying in the breakout room, you didn't know this gentleman was in Indiana?
No, I just.
Okay, now hold up. My next question. So you have concerns, incidents happen in the same state, whether it's here or in Indiana, right?
I don't want her going to Indiana, but if
Got that. Can an incident of harm happen right here in this state?
No.
It couldn't. So if father was here in Texas and he had overnight visits, he couldn't give her NyQuil again in this state?
I would hope not after I
didn't ask you if you hope not. Could he?
I don't know.
You don't know. So my point is that it seems like you might be missing, but maybe you're not, you just don't want to answer. People can harm a child in Texas, Indiana, 50 states, New Mexico, Cuba, if they have the child in their possession. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So if you have concerns, to me, that's just me, look like you would have the concern whether the child is in Indiana or Texas. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So your concern is only if he takes the child to Indiana. There's absolutely no concern. I'm trying to make sure I understand if the child is here in Texas with dad.
No, I had concern after he gave her NyQuil. That's why I stopped letting her go to his house.
That's my point. That's my point. So rather he's in Texas, Indiana, or Chicago, if you have a concern, it doesn't matter what location that is, would it? What other questions you have for her, counsel?
I don't have any other questions for Miss Muldro.
Okay, well, I got a ton for dad, so he can unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
What state are you in?
Right now I'm in Indiana.
How long have you been in Indiana?
Just got here last night.
Okay, are you planning on staying there, sir? Or are you planning on return? Where did you leave from? You came
from
Okay, from Garland, Texas. Do you plan on visiting Indiana? Is that your home state? Are you planning on staying in Indiana? What?
I recently got approved for apartment in my name, and I can't move in till May 7th. So I'm
Where?
just out here
In what state?
in Texas, in Garland.
So you're just visiting.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did you hear an allegation about NyQuil and she's discussed that with you? Did you do that?
It wasn't NyQuil. It was cold. Actually, am I allowed to show exactly what it was?
No, just tell me.
It was mucus and cold relief for plus 6 months infants.
Okay.
And I got it from.
Okay. You heard her testify about family violence. Have you bit her before?
No, I haven't.
Have you pushed her into the wall?
Yes, after she hit me, I did give her a shove, but she tripped over the bed and fell into the wall. I didn't push her into the wall.
And she was pregnant?
No, she was not pregnant.
Okay.
I was holding my daughter in her car seat at this time. This was in March.
And who initiated that incident?
She did. She got mad at the argument that happened in the car walking in, like while we was walking into the apartment at my mom's house.
Okay. Are there any other incidents where she put hands on you first?
Yes.
For instance, when?
It was a time when she was like, she used to have like outbursts of anger, and she'll just like throw stuff around the house, or like she'll literally just swing. And like, first of all, I don't hit women. I had to deal with that like growing up. Like my mom used to get it, so I don't take that lightly. I don't like being accused of that. So if she would like swing at me, all I do was grab her. And the only reason I shoved her that one time is because I had a veil in my hand. Like I had her car seat holding her like this, and she was just swinging and pulling at my hoodie. I still have the hoodie with the rip in it, showing the cotton that she ripped it and everything.
Has she ever been arrested for any family violence towards you?
No, I never called the police anything.
Have you ever been granted any restraining orders or protective orders against her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And when's the last time you had the baby?
January 9th, 2024.
Okay. Did you keep the baby overnight?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
How many nights?
I got her that Friday. dropped her back off Sunday, so 2 nights.
Did you keep the baby before then? Overnight?
I got her the weekend before that, and that's it. It was just those 2 weekends.
Did you keep the baby overnight ever last year?
No,
Okay. And you're requesting to keep the baby overnight in the future?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead, counsel.
Well, Your Honor, I think you asked all my questions for me. I just want to clarify, Mr. Suttles, you do have concrete plans to move to Texas soon, correct? You said that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an approximate move-in date?
He said, yeah.
No, but I know I can move in May 7th, so May 7th.
Okay. And that's already been approved by the leasing office?
Yes.
And if your address and phone number appear in this order, Mr. Suttles, would that give you any safety concerns for yourself or for the child?
No safety concerns.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
Ma'am, have you ever put your hands on him? He just testified.
No, I have not.
Why did he say that about you?
I don't know.
I'm talking to you, Miss Jasmine. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
I said, you've never put your hands on him, not even one time.
No.
And sir, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And you told the council about your alleged family violence regarding her.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna find mutual family violence. Mutual family violence and mutual non-disclosures. Mutual family violence and mutual non-disclosure findings. Because of that, cannot be joint managing. And because of that, no geographical restrictions. It'll be sole managing conservatorship, the mother, possessory, the father. We already have the police station is to drop off and pick up. So presently, do you already FaceTime with the child? Because how old is the baby?
She's 1.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to approve any FaceTimes. What else you got, counsel? And court costs assessed to the dad.
Court costs would be reserved for
Oh,
final
yeah,
since it's a
it
temporary.
is. Thank you. We'll see you guys back on June 21st. You're free to go and have a good day. You will receive a copy of the order for your records. You're free to go.
Thank
So
you, Judge.
that I get no FaceTime calls?
No FaceTime, but you get standard. Typically, I don't do standard visitations until age 3. So you've already had started your standard visitations to some degree. So I'll allow that to continue. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You're free to go. Have a good day.